Ubisoft isn't new to the open world racing scene, with the popular title The Crew 2 being one of their newest, but what happens when you take the formula of The Crew 2 and apply it to extreme sports? Well, you get Riders Republic, and even though the genre may be somewhat old, Ubisoft has found a way to make it work with this one. Riders Republic is an open-world extreme sports game that takes a lot of the main formula of The Crew 2 and applies it to the series. Similar to The Crew, you get different types of events, from downhill bike races to snowboarding and even jetpack racing, to name a few events that you will compete in while playing Riders Republic. And above those, you also have some collectibles and areas to look for in a somewhat humongous map. In Riders Republic, you gain levels by earning stars that can be acquired from completing events, objectives, and a few ways around the world by collecting the logos or discovering locations. As you grow your level, you will unlock more career paths and ultimately more to do, but don't worry, if you don't like a certain event, you don't actually have to compete in it, and the game won't punish you for not completing those events, but rather reward you for the events that you do complete with stars and upgrades for that type of event. Riders Republic will place you in a bunch of different events where you will need to complete different types of tasks in order to complete the event. With downhill bike racing, you'll need to control your speed by using drifts and pedaling to ensure that you go as fast as possible while dodging some objects here and there. When it comes to wingsuits and jetpacks, you'll need to fly or hover through checkpoints, which can sometimes be really close to objects, and use your boost or slow mode when needed to help either gain speed or air. With snowboarding, you'll need to try and preserve your momentum to ensure you maintain your speed for the duration of the event, but then Riders Republic also has style events where you'll need to do flips and grinds in order to gain max points, where the winner is the one with the highest points in the end. Overall, Riders Republic is a fun game to play, although it isn't perfect. You'll soon find yourself playing for hours without even noticing it, or even potentially switch to only playing it as your main. Riders Republic also allows you to turn off copyright music for content creators, which I do feel is a great option, especially if you want people to stream your game. And even though the game felt really good to play and it has all these additional features, it still wasn't perfect, and I wish there were a few things that they would have changed. For starters, they award you with a star for every event you complete. No matter the difficulty and no matter your position, you could be first or dead last and still get rewarded for completing that event. And even though there are optional extra tasks to complete for more stars, the fact that you just hand out stars really took away from the challenge aspect, and oftentimes left me completing events and just fast travel to the next without even trying to better my position, as it doesn't even matter, which was a bit of a bummer. Secondly, fast travel doesn't take you to your event, but rather places you close to the event, meaning every time you fast travel to your next race, you'll be forced to walk, bike, ski, or whatever you choose to get to your next race, which gets a bit annoying, but if you play to discover the world as well, this could be a good time to take the scenic route to see if you can't find any hidden secrets. And then lastly for me is the graphics, as the graphics wasn't as great as I would have hoped for, as the hair and facial hair didn't look as great, and even the environments at some point didn't look as good as you would expect from a title released in 2021. Yes, the game is large and it needs to cater to different platforms, and that could be the reason why the graphics in some areas aren't as good as it could have been, but as far as the bikes, the skis, and everything else goes, the graphics are really good on those, as well as the ray tracing on reflective surfaces were really decent, especially on the PS5. But all that aside, Riders Republic definitely is a game you need to try and play at least once just to see whether or not this game is for you. There are a bunch of different game modes to try, a big open world to explore, and even some fun and quirky events to compete in, give you hours of non-stop fun without repeating the same event or the same mode over and over again. For me, Riders Republic gets an 8 out of 10. Even though it wasn't a perfect game, most of the issues that I had can be fixed down the line, and thus making this game a really good game to play and something that you really need to try for yourself. And for more game and tech reviews, make sure to subscribe to the channel.